This module about Python function and scope of variables. Myself Konkon Jana, Assistant Professor of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JAS Group. It's a joint venture. So the topics in module 6 that we will cover are Python function, introduction, categories of function, built-in function, user-defined function, function definition. Already we have discussed about all these things. Calling a function, function with arguments, function with an argument and return type, these all are the pending topics that we need to discuss. This is Python 6, Python module 6 and lecture 2. We will do more coding exercise on Python. For coding practice and exercise, I am using Python IDE with Python 3.8.3 shell, and I am using digital whiteboard for better clarification. Note down the text what I am writing in this digital whiteboard. I will start from the next that already I have teach you about the Python function. Calling a function. You might be wondering what is calling a function. Now let's suppose you wrote some business logic about washing instruction to be embedded inside an automatic washing machine. Let's say you want to time sequence for rinsing of clothes immediately after wash. In programming language, you don't want to get lost writing a big chunk of program. So, in order to make things easy, you write your business logic inside a function. This function has to be called when you want that particular sequence to be timed right after the washing sequence finishes. There you pass the execution of instruction to the function written for timing of sequence. So this is achieved by calling the function at an appropriate time. Clear? So this is about the calling of a function. So syntax of function call is function name and arguments. If it exists, you need to pass the arguments, otherwise you need to leave it blank. Okay, so a function can called within a programming construct similar to the built-in function. Use the name of the function followed by a set of parentheses. A function can be called any number of times within the same programming file. Any number of times. Or can be called within another function. A function can call another function also. In previous lecture, I give you very simple example. Now let's learn from another example how the function will be called inside another function and within the main segment of the program. I am writing another code. Suppose I have declared a function. The name of the function is suppose f1. I did not pass. I don't like to pass any argument right now. So no argument will be there. I have written fn. The function name is fn1. fn function called. Okay. fn function called. After that, again I have defined another function. Name of the function is fn2. Also, I don't like to pass any argument right now. Function 2. Within this function 2, I like to call the function 1. Okay. I call the function 1 here. And this is own statement of the function 2. Clear? Now we have two functions. Now within the main segment, I will write some code. This is the main segment. This is main code segment. This is main code segment. Okay. Here I will call first fn2 function. No, fn1 function. First function fn1. Okay. Argument not required to pass as because in definition no argument have passed. After that I have called the fn2 function 2. Now watch what will be happened. Now just before running this code I am explaining fn. This is the main code segment. First it will be called. So the first statement will be read this print this is main code segment and what will be the outputted value? This is main code segment. Okay, after that this statement will be executed. Next statement will be executed, that is fn1. That means the code written within this function f1 will be executed. That will be executed there. Okay, so it will be fn1 function called. fn1 function called. Next output, next statement that will be outputted. After that you have called fn2. That means the code written within the fn2 function will be executed. Within fn2 function again you have called fn1 function. So first fn1 function will be called there. The code will be executed of fn1. What will be fn1 function called? That will be fn1 function called. After that this statement will be executed and this is fn2 function called. So and next there is no code. So what will be the outputted value? This is main code segment. This is fn1 function called, again fn1 function called, next fn2 function called. Now let's execute and compare with our logic whether our logic is correct or not. Yes, this is correct. This is main code segment. F1 function called, again F1 function called, this fn2 function called. Okay, so we have done the code and explained the code successfully. How to call this outside the function, that is main code segment you can call, or within any function you can call another function also. Now there are various ways in which a function can be written or exist in any programming language. Function with arguments. Okay, we will discuss various ways. Function with arguments. So far we say a function which has no arguments. We have give many examples of function those have no argument. Okay, now we learn about function with arguments. A function can contain any number of arguments depending on the requirement. Clear? Okay, let's try to understand with an example first. Very simple example where I like to pass an argument. Okay, suppose we have a function. What keyword is used to declare a function? Def keyword. Function name is func. Now I have passed the argument. Pass the argument. Name of the argument is this. Okay, name of the argument is this. Next, I will print the argument. I will print the argument. Clear? Pass argument. Print pass. I will print this argument. So this is a function with a argument. Now suppose I have a variable str where I have passed this, why I have assigned this value. Now call this function passing this argument str. Passing this argument. Here str cannot be used as because str is a keyword. I use the strp. Okay. Now run this one. So what will be the outputted value? Hello all will be the outputted value. Hello. Clear? So in first time we have passed the arguments. If you write another, if you pass another argument, so outputted value will be different. So this is a string I have passed and that will be passed to this function. Now run this function. Clear? So I have passed the argument, that is we have function with an argument, function with arguments we have declared. So what we have done, just for clarification, in the preceding example, the function the function efficiency func is the name of the function except one argument which has a data type string. We create a variable strp. We create a variable strp with a certain string statement assigned, and then we call the function and thereby pass the value of strp. Okay. In the preceding example, what will happen if we do not pass any argument to the function? In this example, what will be happen? Just try it one time. Just try it. You call the function efficiency, but you did not pass the argument. So what will be happen? Function missing one required positional argument is missing, pass argument. Okay. So what you have to do? It will simply throw a type error. Okay, simply throw a type error. Hence, it becomes mandatory to pass an argument to the function during function calling. That means this is mandatory. After the function has been defined to accept arguments, it will be executed finally. Okay. Now next, I will give an example of function with an argument. Function with an argument and return type. Function with an argument and return type. Sometimes it may be necessary to return any specific data type or value from a function which takes any arbitrary number of arguments and the value will be returned. Let's clear this scenario with an example first. Okay, I will give very simple example so it can be very easy to understand. Suppose I have declared a function, name of the function is sum. Okay, and I have passed the variable or arguments a and b. Now C is another variable which will hold the additive value, sum of value of a and b. After that, I will return the value of C. So here I did not display any value. Okay. Now next, in the main code segment, what I have written, x equals to 10, y equals to 50. Okay, and I like to print the additive value by calling the function sum. Result of addition. Result of addition equal to suppose why percentage d is written there, This is the format specifier, and I will include it within this sum xy. Clear? I need to rename this function, as because sum is already is a built-in function. There is a built-in function whose name is sum also. Okay, clear? Now I will execute it. Here sum is called. Okay, so value will be 60. Now just run this one. Result of addition equals to 60. Clear? So what we have done in this example here, we define the function which accepts two arguments, and the body evaluates their sum with return type as value of the sum, which is denoted by the return C statement. We then call the function in the print statement and pass the value of variable x and variable y. This gives us the output 6. This is the output 6. Okay. So up to that point we have discussed function with an argument and return type. Okay. Function with an argument and return type already we have discussed. So calling a function is very important. When you mention the arguments, you must need to mention at the time of calling you must need to pass the arguments. If you did not mention any arguments, you not need to pass any arguments in the calling portion. We have learned about the function with arguments, function with an argument, and return type. The value will be written. Thank you.